Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my July favourites. Okay, so let's start off with eyeshadow palettes. So following on from last month, I have still been loving the Makeup by Shayla Colourpop collaboration, the eyeshadow palette called Perception. Look at the colours. Beautiful, gorgeous, lovely. I absolutely love this palette. The quality is excellent. And it's so easy to come up with so many different looks, from a neutral, simple, plain to over the top, colourful and garish. Another palette that I've still been loving since last month is the Lime Crime Venus 3 eyeshadow palette. Again, it's such a versatile, gorgeous palette, very kind of purpley pinky sort of shades, which obviously you guys know that I love, so I've really been loving this still. Alright, another palette which I actually bought a while ago when it first came out, but I just haven't had the chance to either do a review or show you guys, is the Voss Flamingo eyeshadow palette, which is their latest eyeshadow palette, which was released for summer. So these are what the shades look like. I'm actually using this on my eyes today. There's no reason why I haven't done a review other than I've just not had a chance. If you do want me to do one, let me know below. I know that obviously all the autumn, fall, winter stuff is starting to come out into the shops now, so I'm not sure whether you guys would still be interested. Personally, I think it's a great palette, but I do have to say that this is probably the worst performing palette that they have ever come out with in comparison to their other ones. So the example that I'll give, so the way that I mean that is that, let's say all of those were 10 out of 10. This was like an 8 out of 10. The quality of a lot of the shimmery shadows were not as buttery and pigmented as previous palettes. I've had to layer these quite a lot. For example, I'm wearing the shade Donut on my eyelid. I've had to layer it about 4 or 5 times for it to come up to this intensity. The mattes are gorgeous, but it's just the shimmers are a little bit of a letdown. However, that hasn't stopped me continuously loving it throughout the summer. Another eyeshadow palette that I've been loving is one that I picked up when I was in Ulta in New York, and it is the Dose of Colors Sassy Siennas eyeshadow palette. It's just a very orange and brown toned eyeshadow palette. I tend to use this with something shimmery on the eyelid, so it's a really nice palette that you use as an accompaniment to other ones. The quality is excellent, the pigmentation is amazing, a little bit goes a really long way, and I personally love it. Follow me on Instagram, follow me, my IG name is just my name, Charlena. You would have known that I have really been loving this ever since it came out towards the end of July, and that's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palette. I've done a review as well as a tutorial with this. I absolutely love it. It's so wearable, so many amazing different shades, and I love the quality of it, and it's a great palette to have coming into the autumn fall season, but you're still able to create loads of different types of summery looks too. Alright, let's move on to, I'm trying to do it in a certain kind of order. Let's move on to the cheeks. So a couple of things that I've been loving is, first off, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dream Glow Kit. It is oh my god, it's dirty. I don't want to blow it. It's going to blow highlighter all over the place. Let me just clean it. Right, that's the best I could do with this grubby tissue. Here it is, absolutely beautiful. I love it. Used it to highlight my face. I've used it on my eyes as well. Just beautiful, very versatile, holographic, shimmery shades. It's excellent. It's very glittery. The glitter gets all over the place. But if you use a small packing brush rather than a fan brush, you're able to control where the product goes a lot more easily. Another palette is this one from Primark. It's called the Pure Blush Matte and Shimmer Blush Palette. And whoop, nearly hit myself. This is what it looks like. It's a pink palette basically, 2 matte blushes, 2 shimmer highlighters. If you've got really deep skin tone, this will work well for you. If you've got medium to fair skin tone, this will work well as a shimmery blush, but only for those of you that don't have textured skin or you've got perfect skin, because any kind of highlighting blush will definitely accentuate the pores on your cheeks. But I absolutely love this. I'm actually using the shade Fever, this bright baby pink. I'm using it today. Another highlighter palette that I've been loving a lot since I bought it is from NYX Cosmetics. It's the Love You So Mochi highlighting palette, and my one is in the shade Lit Life. These are really great. They're very buttery highlighters. They're different from anything I've ever used from NYX before, and because they're so buttery, it means they're really intense. And I've not only been using these on my cheekbones, I've also been using it on my inner tear duct and to highlight my cheekbone, as the colour is so intense and pigmented. Another highlighter that I've been loving, and this highlighter, by the way, I'm going to show you guys, it's your fault. You know who you are. You're guilty for bringing it to my attention, and that is the other Lime Crime highlight palette. This is the Fairies one. It was you guys that told me on my last highlight palette video that they had done a limited edition, special edition version that is only sold in the UK through Selfridges and only sold in the US at Ulta. As soon as I found out that, I was like, click, click, order. This is your fault. If I hadn't known about it, I wouldn't have even bought it. This is what it looks like. I love the two shades on the end, which are called Magic and Enchantment. Moonlight, on the other hand, is very poor quality. I've not actually done a review of this, but I think I will do so that I can show swatches and stuff. I'm actually wearing this on my cheekbones today. I've mixed these two shades and I've created this really gorgeous golden glow. Even though I'm very well aware I'm starting to look shiny on screen because that is how hot it is in here. And when you've got hair like mine, which is long and thick, it can make your head even more hot. Flipping out. Alright, so I've got a whopping 4 foundations I'm going to show you guys. First one is the Colourpop No Filter Foundation. My shade is in Medium Dark 115. Absolutely beautiful, full coverage, awesome. Love it to bits. I am starting to get a little bit dark for this. Obviously, heat wave, 30 degrees. I can't stay out the sun. I have got the deeper shade, which is 120, which I may eventually have to start using if this weather continues and if I continue to get darker. But until then, I've been using this and I absolutely love it. Another one that I got recently is this brand new one from Benefit. It's called Hello Happy Soft Blur Foundation. My shade is in number 7. It's a sheer to medium coverage, a liquid foundation. I love the coverage that it gives, a very nice natural one. It is not full coverage at all, but it is sheer to medium buildable. Really gives a nice matte kind of look to the skin, very natural look. The shade 7 is a little bit dark for me, but I'm not so fussed because I'm starting to get darker and darker and darker literally by the day. But if I was obviously to buy this again, I would probably get a shade up. Another foundation I've been loving is not a new one. It's from NYX Cosmetics. It's the Stay Matte But Not Flat Liquid Foundation. My shade is in Medium Beige. It's actually what I'm wearing today. It's an oil-free, full coverage foundation. Again, absolutely love it. Great, affordable foundation. And there is pretty decent range out there too. Another foundation that I got towards the end of July is this one from Dior. It's their brand new Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. My shade is in 4W, but it's dark for me. I need to probably get 3W. I ordered it online, I guessed. Didn't help. Watched other YouTubers. Sorry, I have to do this. It's so hot. Watched other YouTubers who are generally the same colour as me, and all of a sudden they've got even darker than this. That's why it's so hard to trust people online, you know. Aside from me. But anyway, I love this. It's a really gorgeous matte foundation. Gives really nice coverage. It's got a nice scent to it. The only thing I don't like about it is that because it's got like this squeezy top on the end, when I shake it, because you do have to shake it before you use it, comes out. I haven't done a review of this, but if you would like me to do one, I will do it at some point. I just ask respectfully of you guys that sometimes when you ask me for, can you review this, can you review that, can you review this, I can't. I work 40-hour week. I only have spare time at the weekends, and my weekends I have to fit everything else in, like my life as well. So you need to ease up sometimes on asking me to review everything and anything. Not just that, I'm buying it myself. Unless you're paying for it, you can't justify asking me because it's not really fair. So just bear with me. I will try and do it when I can. Okay, another product I've been loving is the brand new Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer from Too Faced. It's my new Holy Grail concealer. My shade is in Warm Beige. I love it. That's it. I just love it. Full coverage, doesn't crease. Even though my face is starting to sweat, I can guarantee under my eyes it's still looking pretty good. I definitely highly recommend this. It's an amazing full coverage concealer and I love it. Moving on to a couple of powders. Again, the Peach Perfect Mattifying Loose Setting Powder from Too Faced. This has been my life over the past couple of weeks because of how hot it is. It's nearly, oh no, it's nearly finished. What am I going to do? I'm going to have to order another one. I literally cake my face in this because it's so hot, and it has managed to keep all my foundation as matte as possible. I apologise for that noise, and my neighbours seem to come out always when I'm here. Why? Why are you not here during the daytime? Why always when I'm here? Go away, or shush. It's such an inane conversation as well. Another powder I've been loving is the Colourpop No Filter Setting Powder. It's their banana shade. I've been using it to set my under eyes. It's not as finely milled as another one I'm about to show you. It's a lot more thick. But if anything, I like ones which are a little bit more chunky because I'm able to kind of, it fills in the lines under the eyes a lot better than finely milled ones, personally, I find. Following on from that, the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder. My shade is in Blondie. I again have been using this quite a lot as well since I bought it. It's a really nice finely milled odd smelling, overly perfumed smelling setting powder. I really like this, but I'm not sure whether I'm going to repurchase it because of the price. I can get something a lot more cheaper, like the Colourpop one, the Makeup Revolution. Well, look at this, I can't even close it properly. I hate this stupid packaging. Like, why are you trying to be fancy with all this nonsense? Can't you just have a circular lid? Done. Another thing that I've been loving, and you guys may be surprised to hear this, I finally stopped using Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow, which I've been using for years. I find that their dip brow dries so quickly that I opened a brand new one and within 2 weeks it was already getting dry. I find sometimes they can be a little bit too thick as well, so I wanted to invest in something new. So I decided to try out a baby version of the Benefit Brow Gel. My shade is in number 4 and I actually think it's really, really good. I'm able to have a lot more softer brows because the colour is not so intense. It's also not as pigmented and full on as the dip brow. So I'm definitely going to purchase this in a larger size. I also like the fact that the brush is in the lid. It makes it difficult to wash it, but that's fine because at least this way you don't have to worry about fannying around trying to find a brush that will fit and work with your eyebrows. Okay, now let's move on to primers again. Godsend, lifesaver, the Primark Matte Primer. It's an oil-free mattifying skin primer. It costs £3. Enough said, it's a matte primer. I've used it every single day since I bought it because it has been saving my life. This one, along with this one here from NYX Cosmetics, is called Honey Dew Me Up. Even though it says in the name Honey Dew Me Up, it made me think, is it a dewy kind of one? As soon as I tried it, when I bought it from Boots, I found it to be actually a really refreshing kind of primer. It doesn't really have any oil in it that I could detect. So this one on the days where it's been a little bit cooler, and this one on the days where I've definitely needed a matte primer underneath. Another product is the Kat Von D Lash Liner, the inner liquid eyeliner. Now I gave this a 7 out of 10 for contact lens wearers such as myself. I've done a review of it, but the reason I'm showing it in this video because I need to think about you guys as well. For those of you that don't wear contact lenses, this will be a 10 out of 10 for you. It sits beautifully on the lash line. The colour doesn't smudge, it doesn't budge. You can layer it to the intensity you want. You can cry, you can weep, you can sweat, you can swim, and it will not come off. That to me means it is absolutely excellent. If you're a contact lens wearer, you need to be wary that maybe you might want to put your contact lenses in after you've done this, but unfortunately if you're like me, you kind of need to see what you're doing. So you may need to hold your eyes open for a lot longer, wait for it to dry before you start to blink. Otherwise the colour, as it is still wet, will transfer onto your contact lenses, making them all muddy and cloudy, which is well annoying. Just a few more things I'm going to share with you from some skincare. So I recently got the brand new Pixie Retinol Tonic Toner that they released. Now I am personally a really big fan of the Glow Tonic. I've also got the Rose one which I've been trying recently, which is not that great. The Glow Tonic is excellent. Now I've used only about that much. I've been using it for about a week. So far I would say so-so. It's okay. I'm going to give it a go and carry on using it until I've obviously finished it. So far I would personally say that I think the Glow Tonic is still way better. But when it comes to a lot of skincare, you have to give it at least 2 months before you see definite results. To be fair, the Glow Tonic to me started to show results almost within a week. So I'm still about 50-50 about whether or not I actually like this. This product I absolutely love and I have to rave about, and it's from The Ordinary. It's their caffeine solution 5% plus EGCG. Reduces the appearance of eye contour, pigmentation and of puffiness. Now I've been using this for about 2 months. Now I know there are loads of people out there that, and I've seen lots of reviews of people saying, well, I've still got dark circles under my eyes, I've still got dark circles under my eyes. Now The Ordinary have been very clear that if you've got genetic pigmentation under your eyes, it won't help you. It will only help you if you've got darkness under your eyes due to lack of sleep and that sort of thing. One thing I do have to say is this is so good at making sure there is no puffiness under your eyes when you wake up in the morning. You know, when you wake up and it's just a bit puffy, if you hadn't had enough sleep, that sort of thing. If you use this the night before, you wake up with none. Now, one person I have tried this on and I can say, hand on heart, that's why I think this is so good. A friend of mine, she's in her mid-50s. She has always had very large bags around her eyes, like a lot more than most people generally have. I gave this to her and I noticed within a week the puffiness she had under her eyes, which was always there, as in it wasn't just when she woke up and it was there like it is for some of us and then throughout the day it disappears. No, it's always there 24/7. She has been using this in the morning and in the evening, and I have noticed immediately that the puffiness around her eyes is starting to disappear. I've also noticed for myself that the dark circles around my eyes, which are due to lack of sleep and that sort of thing, have also slowly started to disappear. You've really got to give this a go for a good long time before you start to see any kind of results. So for those of you, remember, do your research. There are a few different types of dark circles that this cannot get rid of, but you need to look on their website because I can't remember it off the top of my head. But if you are like me and you wake up in the morning with puffiness, use this the night before. There will be no puffiness at all. I've actually got quite a few people in my personal life that I have got using this, and they all absolutely love it. Carrying on from the ordinary, if you remember last month's video, I mentioned their new SPF, which made me look like a grey ghost. And I then went and bought the Body Shop Skin Defense Multi Protection Essence SPF 50. This is clear. I have been using this every single day since I bought it. I also bought it for my friend, the same one that I bought this for, and she's also been using it because she is Asian and she also has that same problem as me, trying to find SPF that doesn't give you that white cast, that blue cast, and we both absolutely love it. Not just that, it works well as a moisturizer as well. Her skin has dramatically changed so much just from using this and this, and I'm so impressed and I'm so happy. If you guys want, one day I may do a video which is skincare and maybe makeup for more mature skin, because like I said, she is a good friend of mine. She's actually my manager too, and I love her to absolute pieces. And from working with somebody like me, let's just say that I'm always showing her new lipsticks and new skincare and stuff, and she's my little tester monkey. And I can then say, you know what, this is somebody who is of this age and these are the things that work for them too. It's not just about being young, it's about being young and how you're going to be over the next 20 years as well, and what will help you and work with you then. But I absolutely love this. It's given me great protection on my skin. It works well over my moisturizer and it smells good as well. And the last thing I'm going to show you is this one here. This is from La Roche-Posay. I'm assuming it's French and I have a really bad French accent, so I won't try and butcher it anymore. It's their Anthelios XL 50 plus SPF, and it's a lotion. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it last month to you guys, I can't remember. I've actually developed an allergy to the sun. Go figure, like I haven't got enough allergies and problems in my life. I just had to get this. Now, my body has never been in this kind of heat non-stop. I spent a month in Pakistan once in September and it was 40 degrees, but number one, I was 7-8 years old and I would always run inside when it was too hot. This is like consistent every single day. Now, my driving arm, which is a lot darker than the rest of me, developed these little bumps over my arm. I thought it was heat rash, but heat rash normally goes. It's still kind of there. So I did some research and I found out I've got some condition which is an allergy to the sun. It's like EPLELPE something something. Anyway, so I did some research to find out that this is a great SPF to use for people who've got very, very delicate skin and who are allergic to the sun as well. Now, funnily enough, it's just this arm that seems to be allergic because the rest of me doesn't have this problem. But I've been slathering my arms and the bits of my legs which are showing, bottom of my neck, every single day, and I do have to say I have noticed that it is protecting my skin quite a lot. Even though these little bumps here are still there, they're not getting any worse, and I don't have any itchiness either. I bought these from, I think, Feel Unique. They were like £9, so I bought 2 of them. So I'm going to be using this consistently over the summer. So what else can I say? On my lips I'm wearing Colourpop's She Said Ultra Satin Lip. And other than that, I hope that you guys are wonderful and great. I hope the rest of your summer is awesome and amazing. Stay cool if you can. I'm going to get out of here now. Might throw myself in the freezer because I'm so hot. And maybe next time I do my August favourites, hopefully things would have cooled down. I'm not holding my breath, but you never know. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.